Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about Spanish once again, my Spanish challenge that I'm doing. So I've set out to learn Spanish, conversational Spanish, in 2 weeks. Before starting this challenge, I knew no Spanish. Essentially, I knew de donde eres and cómo estás, and that was about it. I knew nothing. I'd never tried to learn it, I'd never studied it. I just knew what you'd expect a random person off the street to know. After 2 weeks, I'm supposed to have a level where I can communicate to an alright level, but I can make mistakes. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm allowed to, not understand the occasional word. I'm allowed to be a bit creative in terms of my vocabulary, and I'm allowed to have a bit of an accent. That's a bit off, right? But it's as long as I can communicate quite well, that's the goal. I'm going to show you some footage of me speaking Spanish after 1 week, a bit later in this video. Just something I made up on the spot. It's the 10th day now. I've been at it for 10 days by the time of recording this video. I had expected this to be incredibly difficult. You have lots of videos online of people trying to learn a language in 1 or 2 weeks and failing miserably. Even if they claim the opposite, they usually can't really speak that much. But to my shock, and this really has been a shock for me, my Spanish is not great because I've been at it for 10 days, but I can communicate really well. I can understand, I can watch YouTube videos made for Spanish speakers. 10 days is not a long time, and yeah, I make mistakes. Yeah, my vocabulary isn't anything to brag about, of course. But I'm surprisingly capable of speaking with people. What have I been doing? Well, I'll show you some footage of the different techniques I've been using.
I found this really great channel, which is in Spanish, obviously, and I'm watching it with subtitles, of course, and I do have Learn Languages with YouTube on. So let's say there were to be a word that I didn't know, I could just, hover over it, and it would give me the meaning of those words. So it's pretty clever. What else have I been doing? I've been practicing some grammar, some of the different forms here, and with the Spanish Dict website. It's pretty. I mean, I hate the videos you have to watch, where you have to put in the right, ways of conjugating something, right? I think they're all right. I mean, you can learn some good grammar from them. What about the Duolingo stories? They aren't too good now. I think they've gotten too easy. I'm still doing a few of them, because they are an alright way of practicing the most common verb forms.
Hola mis amigos, ahora voy a hablar un poquito español porque estoy aprendiendo español. Tengo 2 semanas para aprender español y ya aprendo español 1 semana. No es mucho tiempo para aprender un idioma, pero para mí no es tan difícil porque ya hablo tantos idiomas. No sé cuántos idiomas hablo. Soy ex polyglotus. Pero no, es difícil. El español no es difícil como un idioma, porque la gramática no es tan difícil, las palabras son muy fáciles, pero no es mucho tiempo. Pero me gusta el español, es un idioma muy interesante, muy grande, muy importante en el mundo. Es muy triste que yo no hablo español muy bien. Es muy, muy, muy triste. Pero estoy aprendiendo.
I've been watching some historical videos, because I like history, about different things. There's this channel, Argentinian guy, who makes some things about politics and alright, and they're pretty nice. He speaks very quickly. Watching just some different YouTube stuff.
I've been watching movies. Wikipedia as well is always a good tool, and I've been looking up grammar things and been watching different YouTube videos for native speakers and for learners. And I've been speaking Spanish with people I know who are quite good at Spanish. So it's nothing special, what you'd expect, what I normally do. I've just been doing it a lot, but I haven't been doing it that much, right? It's just been 4 or 5 hours a day, which isn't, it's not that much. And I've still managed to reach a level that's, not horrible. It's not, Spanish is certainly one of my worst languages. My accent is the thing I'm the most unhappy with because it takes a lot of listening to improve one's accent. The difficulty is just you have to prioritize because it's not. You don't have enough time to cover everything, and so you will be making mistakes. You will be doing, you won't have an amazing vocabulary, but it won't be terrible, right? So that's what I'd say. I mean, would I recommend you do this at home? I'll have to wait and see till I've completed the challenge myself, won't I? But I think it's certainly it's fun. I'm tired, right? I'm tired. It takes effort. I think my brain right now, I've only been thinking about Spanish essentially. I dream in Spanish now, and when I have to speak another language than Spanish, it doesn't always want to come out because it's just Spanish orientated in here, right? It's just Spanish, 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 Spanish. And I tried to speak French the other day, and it collapsed a bit because I kept putting Spanish words in there. So I think that just shows the brain is very, your brain is just thinking about Spanish, and it's the only way you can really learn a language in this short period of time. But it's not difficult per se. It just takes effort and motivation, I think. But I think if you are an experienced language learner and you already speak quite a few different languages that you've taught yourself, and if you have the motivation, if you have the time, and if you have the right technique, yes, I think you should try this out. You discover a lot about how you learn languages, and there are ways of prioritizing that the way I'm prioritizing right now, which I might apply to, my future studies.